I never imagined that an oak tree, a tire swing, and my skull would dance together just 3 years into my life and set the stage for the development of my passion. On March 5th, 1985, in my grandma's front yard, swinging 15 feet from the air, my head collided with the trunk of an oak tree and caused a closed-headed traumatic brain injury. It was 3 days later that the doctors diagnosed me with 3 epidural hematomas, blood clots on the brain, a temporal lobe skull fracture, and my brainstem going just past midline. I was wheeled into emergency surgery with a 50-50 shot of survival, my parents being told that had the impact just been a few centimeters lower, I would have died instantly. 24 hours after that surgery was crucial in becoming the possibility that I would go into a vegetative state for life. I'm very happy to say that that surgery was successful, and I stand here before you, a traumatic brain injury survivor. I also grew up with a sister with a cognitive disability. Educable mentally handicapped and Heinz 57 were just a couple of the terms that were used to describe her due to the complexity of her condition. Obsessive compulsive disorder with schizophrenic tendencies were also terms that crossed the lips of doctors who came into contact with her. And don't get me wrong, she is a self-sufficient firecracker who will tell it like it is, and very strongly, I might add. But growing up with a sibling or any family member, for that matter, with a disability, gives you a whole different childhood and puts a completely different perspective in your life of what's important. Additionally, to say that I have dealt with anxiety and depression in my life is an understatement. Growing up, mental illness was on high alert in my family, and it only became more apparent as I got older. Despite that, it was only a couple years ago, at the age of 33, that I went in and had a formal psychiatric evaluation and was diagnosed with cyclical mood disorder and generalized anxiety disorder. Awesome. And with that, due to the fact that I was tired of feeling the way that I was, and I needed to manage my condition, I began medication. I felt better. I really did. And with that medication, I somehow knew that was only part of the equation. I have been active my entire life, heavy strength training being my primary focus. There is nothing like being in a gym and throwing around weights in the triple digits and feeling the elevation in your mood that it brings. But for me, in addition to others that deal with mental illness and disability, along with medication and therapy, the gym, exercise, is my therapy. When it comes to working with those with disability and limitation, it's very important that you understand that the capability to sustain consistency is knowing your why. I have had the opportunity to witness amazing things with clientele that I have worked with. To witness bodies moving faster, standing longer, sustaining endurance, minds sharpen, all from movement, is something that I have continually experienced in my work with athletes, with kids, with the elderly, and seeing the positive effects that exercise brings. The body's ability to overcompensate for areas of weakness is incredible. Absolutely mind-blowing. And when it comes to working with these individuals, again, I see it time and again that these individuals come out stronger. With that, If you are looking to incorporate any kind of exercise, any kind of activity, I need you to think of something that makes you happy, something that you enjoy doing, something that brings the life back into you. Especially if you are looking to incorporate exercise and activity into your life, either for yourself or somebody that you know. I need you to answer this one-word question, to think of this one-word question and to answer it authentically. That question is why. When we figure out why we are to do something, it brings in a completely different level of authenticity. It gives us a completely different perspective on the tasks we are about to embark on. It brings new meaning to the workout clothing that we have bought, to the exercise equipment that we have purchased, to scheduling those activities on our calendar, to figuring out exactly what it is we want to do. No matter what you do in life, it doesn't matter if it's activity, it doesn't matter if it's exercise, it doesn't matter if it's physical therapy, it doesn't matter if it's a marathon, it doesn't matter if it's just going up the steps. Knowing your why is the ticket to success. What kind of why am I talking about? As you're sitting before me, you're probably wondering, Nikki, thinking of a why is great, but what does it exactly mean for me? Thinking of things not in the terms of, Nikki, I just want to be healthy. It's, I want to be healthy so that I can walk my daughter down the aisle. It's not, I want to lose weight. It's, I want to lose weight so that my joints don't hurt when I'm playing with my grandkids. Being as specific as possible in this why will bring a higher rate of success and a higher rate of meaning, not only to the task at hand, but your life and those that you affect. Tony Robbins once said, in order to achieve success, you need to take massive action. Not only do we need to think about the why, but we need to act on the why, because that's what ultimately brings us success. Choosing not only something that you want to work towards and achieve, that's wonderful. But when you put meaning, a why behind the work, that's when you are successful on a completely different level. And that's when you start to affect not only your brain and body on a psychological level. Not only are those neurological pathways firing and you feel better, you get up and you have joy in the day, but it also affects those around you. You never know who you're going to impact. So here are 5 tangible takeaways that you can take with you if you are looking to incorporate activity or exercise when dealing with chronic disease, disability, or limitation. And my list is right here. First off, find support. Find somebody that supports you, somebody that will stand by you and voice your intentions to them. Make sure that they remind you if you decide to slip off, if you decide not today. Those people must be close to you, a spouse, a friend, some family member, a doctor are a great start. Secondly, identify your why. I've talked about that for the last 8 minutes. And so finding your why is so important. Not only should you find your why, voice your why, write it everywhere and paste it everywhere where you can see it to remind yourself of the commitment that you made. Third, identify your way. What is it that you like to do? Do you like to be outdoors? Do you like to be in the gym? Work to make the environment you are going to something you look forward to and something that you enjoy being in. Finally, commit to action and expect setbacks. Committing to action, work to make this a consistent behavior, because it is then that behavior that you once thought of will become habit. It will be a behavior that you will incorporate lifelong. and expect there to be setbacks. Know that the days that you don't have the drive, the perseverance, the energy to go in and do that workout, those days that you doubt your doubts and you fear your fears, are they long gone? Are they in another dimension, it seems? It is on those days, be kind to yourself. Be gentle with the thoughts that you are thinking. Work to commit to that exercise and activity anyway, and know that you are doing the best you can with what you have. Keeping these steps in mind are crucial to being successful. Knowing your why puts meaning to that successful task. Make sure this is something that not only benefits you, but those around you. Your mind, body, and spirit depend on it, and you are worth it. Thank you.